Hello guys, this is my day 27 of self-improvement. Today I am continuing the revision series of the chapter Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. So yesterday I talked till section 6, section 5. No, yesterday I am revising Foreign Exchange Management Current Account Transaction Regulation 2000. In that I have revised schedule 1 and schedule 2. In schedule 3 I also revised, but there are some points which I forgot yesterday. I had forgot yesterday, so I am going to revise section schedule 3, which is mm, transactions which are permitted, restricted, uh, personal transactions which are restricted. So, schedule 3. So, this schedule talks about the personal transaction which is restricted up to a limit of US dollar 2,50,000. That is, an individual may avail the foreign exchange up to the US dollar 2,50,000 uh, for doing any current account activities. But if an individual want to do the following activity, uh, and for that purpose he want to draw US dollar more than 2,50,000, then he should first have to take the approval from RBI. Then he is allowed to draw foreign exchange exceeding the limit of 2,50,000. So what are the activities that are permissible? So the first is, uh, there are two groups. First talks about uh, individual individual can do these type of activities. So the list of activities starts with uh, private visit to a country. If a person do a private visit to a country, uh, and for that purpose if he want to draw for an exchange which is more than 2,50,000, then he should first have to take the approval from RBI. Then similarly the second transaction is for gift or donation, and third is for uh, employment outside India. Fourth, uh, immigration, that is permanent settlement outside India. Fifth is uh, maintenance of close relative out abroad. Sixth, travel for business, attending conference, specialized training, and the last one is for medical expenses. Seventh is also expenses related to the medical treatments. Eight, uh, eight is studies abroad, and nine is any other current account transaction. So these are the list of activities which if a person wants to do, and for doing that activity if a person needs to draw foreign exchange which is more than US dollar 2,50,000, then he first have to take the approval from RBI. Then he is allowed to draw the foreign exchange exceeding the limit of 2,50,000. So these are the eight transactions that individual can that in these transactions are for individual. And if and in second part of schedule 3 it talks about the body corporate. But before moving to second part, certain things are also mentioned in the first part of schedule 3, which is if a PRI provided that for migration, education abroad, and for uh, medical expenses, an individual is allowed to avail more than 2,50,000 US dollar if it is required by the country of immigration first, second by the university in which the person or individual is going to take admission, and third is the certificate of medical treatment, medical institution offering treatment. If by showing these documents or these proofs, a person is able to avail uh, more than 2,50,000 US dollars without obtaining the approval of RBI. So this is first point. Second point, the PRI, which is not permanently resident and who is the citizen of foreign company, foreign country other than Pakistan, or who is a citizen of India, uh, uh, but who is in the deputation of any deputation to India of any branch office agency of a of a foreign company, or a joint venture, or wholly on subsidiary of a or a subsidiary of a foreign company, then such PRI, who is not a permanently resident, can remit all his net salary. Net salary means salary after deducting uh, taxes and PF. So this is second point. And third point is, a person PRI is considered as a PRI not a permanently resident when the duration for their employment is not more than 3 years. So these are the 3 points which is mentioned in the part 1 of schedule 3. Now we move to part 2. Part 2 talks about body corporate, that is the activities which a body corporate do, and for doing that activity, if a body corporate want to draw foreign exchange which is more than 2,50,000, then he first have to take the approval from RBI. So there are 5 transactions for which the body corporate need to take approval without before drawing uh, foreign currency. So first is donation. It has again 3 subpoints: donation for the uh, creation of chair in the reputed education institution, donation for the uh, contribution of fund other than investment fund in the to promote education institution, and third is donation for the contribution of uh, fund to a technical institution in the field of the company of donor company, in the field of activity of donor company. That is, the meaning of last subpoint is, if a donor company can donate the fund to the institution which is in the same field of donor company. And the next and for doing this, uh, no, I have said a wrong thing. For subpart 2, that is for body corporate, the limit of 2,50,000 doesn't exist. That is, the amount is prescribed for each transaction. For example, as I talked about donation, the maximum amount which a body corporate can avail without obtaining approval from RBI is the amount which the higher of exceeds the higher of 1% of foreign exchange of the last 3 years, or 1% of the earnings of foreign exchange earnings of last 3 years, or 5 million US dollar, which is higher. So this is first transaction. Second is uh, remittance for uh, payment of consultancy with respect to infrastructure project, and the amount prescribed is $10 million. That is, if a person want to draw foreign exchange more than $10 million for the paying consultancy related to infrastructure project, then he first have to take permission from RBI. Third is uh, payment for consultancy services other than infrastructure. If a person and the amount is $1 million. That is, if a person if a body corporate want to make remittance for consultancy fund other than infrastructure project, then the maximum permissible amount is uh, 1 1 million. That is, above 1 million, the body corporate need to take permission from RBI. So this is third. Fourth is commission for the sale of the residential commercial purpose in abroad India. In India, sorry, in India, and the amount is lower of 5% of sorry, it's higher. And in first transaction where I talked about donation, it is lower of 1% of foreign exchange earnings during last 3 years of $5 million, whichever is lower. And in here permissible amount is higher of 5% of the inward remittance or 5 mil sorry or $1 million, I think so. I'm getting confused in this amount. So I think that's $1 million. The 1 million or 5% of inward remittance, whichever is higher, that is the permissible amount, maximum amount. And for the amount exceeding that specific amount, then body corporate have to take permission from RBI. Is fourth, and the last transaction is payment remittance for the expenses of pre-incorporation, and the permissible amount is 5% of the investment brought or 100k, that is 1 lakh rupees. Oh, I got remember, it's 1 million. Yeah. So it's for remittance of the commission expenses of pre-incorporation, a permissible amount is higher of 5% of the investment brought or 5% of the investment brought or 100k US dollar, that is 1 lakh US dollar. And if a body corporate want to take draw foreign exchange above the prescribed limit, then he has to take permission from RBI. So this is section foreign exchange management current account transaction rules 2000. Now we move to section 6. Section 6 talks about capital account transaction. First of all, it says that a person may sell or draw foreign exchange sell or draw foreign exchange to or from authorized person for capital account transaction. Second, RBI in consultation with the CG shall specify the class of capital account transaction including debt instrument which is permissible and give the limits and conditions. Similarly, CG in consultation with the RBI specify the class of current account transaction no other than debt instrument, that is equity uh, instrument, which is permissible or which is permissible and specifies the limit and conditions. The RBI or RBI, this is subsection 2, and subsection 2 RBI in consultation with CG including in debt instrument. In subsection 2A CG in consultation with RBI not involving debt instrument. And there is a proviso which talks that neither RBI nor CG can impose any restriction on the uh, two transaction, that is repayment of loan or and uh, decrease in the depreciation in the investment net equity investment. For these two transactions, the withdrawal of foreign exchange cannot be restricted. So this is subsection 2. Subsection 3 is omitted. Subsection 4 is PRI can obtain or acquire. I'm forgetting from subsection 3 what it is. So tomorrow, and it's time. It is, and I have done. I have reached the today's quota of 30 minutes. So uh, this is for today. And tomorrow I'm going to do it with section 6, and section 6 is the last section. And we have section 6 and the topics, and one more topics, that is financial management capital account transaction rules 2000. With this the chapter will ends. Bye.